Hey everybody, I wanted to tell you about Starlink's newest plan that they just announced. I just got an email a couple days ago from them and they just announced a 10 gigabyte for $10 plan. I really think it is the perfect plan for Vanlifers in particular. So like I said, $10 for 10 gigabytes, and that is for 1 month or just a 30-day period. And I think it's perfect for vanlifers because unlike someone who maybe lives remotely or is off-grid for long periods of time, we only go to these beautiful spots once in a while, and then we go to the city to stock up. So just like we go to the city to stock up on our groceries, that's when we can download our podcasts, our videos, and anything else we might need. And then once you get out into the sticks like I am here, where there's no signal, that's when you can use that 10 gigabytes for necessities like email or urgent sort of things that might come up. 10 gigabytes can last you a pretty long time as long as you are just aware of what you're doing and how you're using it. So personally for me, I like to download as much as I can before I come out to a place like this. And so I'm downloading my podcasts on Spotify. I'm downloading the maps beforehand, maybe. I'm running updates for all of my apps on my iPhone and my computer before I come out into the forest like this. And that way, when I turn on the 10 gigabyte Starlink plan, I already have all my apps updated. I have most of the things downloaded, so I can just slowly draw off that for checking my email and other necessary things. And one thing I really like about the 10 gigabyte plan is it makes you more conscious of how you use your time on the internet. So you might come across some sort of clickbaity video and you're going to think to yourself, is this really worth drawing down my Starlink plan, especially when I'm out in a beautiful place like this? So when I originally bought Starlink, it was this giant dish. They've now shrunk them, so they're a lot smaller. They can attach with suction cups to a moon roof or a sun roof. So you don't even have to mount this outside of your car. I've seen people set them on their dashboard and just have Starlink reception through the windshield. So they've made it a lot easier. And the other thing is nowadays they've included the router into the Starlink itself. So you don't have to have a whole bunch of cords going to a router. It's all condensed down into one system. The other great thing is that Starlink has gotten a lot cheaper for the actual unit itself. When I bought this, it was $500, but they have gone down to $350 for their cheapest option now. So the unit itself is much cheaper now, and the plan is a lot cheaper too. I was paying $150 per month when Starlink first came out, and it did have unlimited data. But 10 gigabytes for $10 is so much more justifiable. I don't have to think about how much that $150 plan is costing me every day. $10 a month is nothing. And then whenever I go out into the forest, I know I have reception. And the other great thing about the 10 gigabyte $10 plan is if you go over the 10 gigabytes, they only charge you $1 for each gigabyte that you use. Quick correction, it's actually $2 for each gigabyte that you use over the 10 gigabyte limit, but on Starlink's other plans, like the $50 for 50 gigabyte per month plan, it's only $1 per gigabyte overage, and you can switch plans at any time. So it's really reasonable if you do happen to go over your 10 gigabytes. So some things you're going to want to do if you're on this 10 gigabyte Starlink plan or any data plan that's limited is when you're watching YouTube videos, set the quality to as low as possible, as low as you're willing for that video. And when you go to each one of your Wi-Fi networks on your computer and your phone, you want to go into the settings on your phone and on your computer and tell it that it's a low data mode connection or a metered connection. And when you do that, the computer or the iPhone knows not to download app updates or do any sort of things that are going to cause a lot of data to run through the device when it's on that network. So Starlink just got a whole lot more justifiable, and having Starlink in your arsenal of van life or car life gear, I think is essential. You can have it ready, and then if you happen to drive to a spot that doesn't have reception, you're ready. And you can go where a lot of people aren't willing to go because you know you will have that reception wherever you go. So you do have to have a way to power this and a decently sized battery to run it, but it doesn't use that much power, so it's not really a huge draw on my battery bank. And another cool thing is you can pause the plan. So if you know that you're going to be in the city for an extended period of time, you can just pause the plan and it won't charge you that $10 per month. So $350 for the dish and then $10 per month for the plan. I think that's a no-brainer for most of us for van life, especially if you're living out in the West where there can be a lot of areas with no reception. So I'm going to leave a referral link in the description that will give us both one free month of Starlink, and I hope you consider Starlink for van, car, or RV life. So thank you for tuning in, and be sure to check out my van tour video that's already out or it's coming out soon, where I'm going to show you how my Starlink is set up and all my other equipment in my van, including my power system and kitchen and everything else. So thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you next time.